Alright, Sweets Meats, welcome to YouTube. If you're following me from Snapchat, still the same name, just different place. We're doing steak. Not cooking it on the grill the entire time. We got plastic bags on a straw, and we're gonna put it in the sous vide because that's the best way to do steak. Takes a little bit longer, but I think the results speak for themselves. So, we got some Nolan Ryan steaks, not sponsored yet. I'm gonna throw them in the sous vide over here, and then we're gonna sear them on the grill. All right, so first step in the Sweets Meats steak process is to stuff your steak down into preferably a corner of your Ziploc baggie. This will help you get all of the air out later, a little bit easier. Next, you're gonna hit it up with the olive oil and garlic powder, not garlic salt. Salt at this stage is gonna pull moisture out of your meat, make it a little more tough, less tender. Next, you're gonna hit it up with the rosemary. I don't use rosemary in like any of my other recipes, but it goes in steak because, I don't know, red meat, you do the math. You're gonna pull all of the air out with a straw in the corner of your baggie. The main idea of this is to get as much air out as possible without sucking out any olive oil or garlic salt, because that does not feel good in your lungs. And once you do that and seal up the bag, the process is finished. Let me show you what the sous vide is. It's just a little cylinder here. Goes in the water, and then it just circulates and heats water for a while. So, take the steaks, and I found that sometimes the zippers just don't really work that well after they've been heated a little bit. So I put them face up and a chip clip, and just like that. Now I'm gonna put the other two steaks inside of the pot and try to spread them out best I can and allow for water flow. And I'm gonna leave it in there for about 2 hours at 135 degrees. Next, while I got my grill warming up, I am going to start taking the steaks out of the bag and put them onto a plate of paper towels. Reason why I do this is because it dries the steaks off and gives us a better sear, which is otherwise known as the Maillard reaction. Hope I'm saying that right. Now for the fun part is I'm going to take the steaks and put them down on the grill at about a 45-degree angle. This is the part where you really have to kind of guess and get used to your grill. And really, for me, it's about 45 seconds each diagonal. So I'm going to flip them and do the other 45 to get those diamond sear marks. An important thing to note about your grill is make sure that you don't have any nonstick or Teflon cooking grates on it, because at these high temperatures, sometimes that grate might start to fall apart, and you don't want that getting into your food. One thing I'm sure you noticed about these already is they look kind of gray and inedible. Once you flip them, it gets better, I promise, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and try to get those diagonal sear marks on these. One thing that you'll also notice if you do this yourself is that they only really look as good as they do after your first flip. As you can see, they look great, and that's about as good as you're ever going to get. You see this other side, I'm going to check them, and they don't pan out just quite like that top side did. So that's the side that you're just going to leave up, and no one's going to know the difference, because half your steak is always face down, and nobody cares. Now the last thing I'm going to do out here on the grill is sear the outsides. So I'm going to stack all of these steaks up and get all of those sear marks on the outsides, because there's fat caps on it. And in 3, 2, 1. Sorry guys, that one was for me. Anyways, now that the steaks are done, you're just gonna take them off and plate it, whichever side up is the best. And you're just gonna kind of buzz through that quick decision-making process of mine. This is what they look like finished product, and join you back inside. So now what you must do is cover them in tin foil and don't touch them, don't look at them, don't even think about them for 8 minutes. It helps the juices kind of redistribute on the inside foot, and it makes for a better steak. I promise. It's worth it. Just do it. Trust me. Now, these are going to go into a space where they're going to stay warm, preferably in oven. The other part of this, because we haven't salted anything yet, is we have to make our butter sauce. We're going to start with dill weed. Just a good amount of that. Nothing's measured here. Everything goes by ear, by eye. A lot of pepper. Garlic salt. And a pretty good amount of it. And last but not least, a very healthy portion of butter. It's only 3 steaks, but that's how much butter you need. Now, this goes in the microwave on low and should melt everything together. This is what your butter should look like. See how there's still a little piece in there? Right out of the microwave, you just mix it all up. And it should just look like dirty yellow water, but that's what you want. But here's the steak. Oh, what are you doing?
Sure, the man.
Knocking out the
legend.
Ta-da! And that's what we got. So this is the standard plating procedure. And this is also why we added so much salt to our butter, because this is all the salt that it's going to get. I'm using all the free stock music that they'll give me, but the steak was juicy, medium rare, tender. It was everything I could have hoped and dreamed for. Thank you for watching Sweets Meats. I hope this little project that took me a better part of a Sunday brought some joy to your life. Stay tuned and subscribe, because maybe I'll feel the need to do another one of these someday. Thanks.